Samara Weaving, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on 9 Perfect Strangers on Amazon Prime Video. I have absolutely loved it. I'm hanging out for the last episode, dying to know what happens. But for anyone who hasn't seen the show yet, can you give us just a little bit of a rundown?
Oh, where to begin?
I know.
There's 9 strangers and they go to a wellness retreat to better themselves, and they're somewhat confronted by a multifaceted woman called Marsha.
Welcome to Tranquillum House.
And melee ensues.
For people who have seen the show, can you talk us through what you're most proud of?
I think I'm most proud of staying cool when Michael Shannon and Melissa McCarthy and Nicole Kidman were just hanging out, like Bobby, like everyone I was just kind of struck by. So I'm kind of proud of not losing it.
Yeah, keeping it together.
And getting through a scene, because my character is insane. And so I'd have to do all these crazy things around them, like in front of them. So I'm proud of not letting my nerves get to me.
And can you maybe expand on your character, Jessica? Why has she gone to the retreat?
Jessica goes to the retreat to save her marriage with Ben. So that's her motivation to go.
We're not in a good place. Either we try or we don't.
And how do you prepare to play a character like Jessica? Because like you said, she can be a little over the top at times.
Just a little. I have a great drama coach, Lee Kilton-Smith, and we did a deep dive because it was hard to try and find a line to ground her and make her relatable but still authentic to what the script lent itself to the character and the book as well. I think the biggest help preparing for her was actually the hair and makeup team, Chrissy Zamora and Sean Howard. They really transformed me into this other human being, and that really helped bring her to life.
Jessica's evolution throughout that series, she transforms. Talk to us about, her transformation.
She suffers from body dysmorphia pretty severely and sort of uses plastic surgery as a coping mechanism, but that doesn't really get to the root of the issue. And so I think as the series goes along, we're sort of peeling back those layers and realizing, why she acts the way she does and looks the way she does, and sort of doing a deep dive into that illness, and then also sort of working in an industry like being an influencer where so much of it is external validation and not so much internal, and what that looks like. And I really love, there's an episode where all the women sort of hang out and get to know each other, and that was really beautiful. We were all sitting around in a circle and having these deep chats with them. She's complex. Sorry, brought it right back.
No, that's fine. And I think, she is quite relatable in a way, because we're sort of living in this society where social media is huge. And, I work with young girls, and I, do empowerment workshops, and things that come up all the time is everyone's presence on social media and why they post certain things, and constantly trying to get those likes and validations from people that they don't even know. So I think that in a way, she is really relatable, especially to the younger demographic coming up in this day and age. Do you think so?
So, with every job, every character, I hope that it can help someone in some way. That's awesome if that's the case.
And what was it like coming back to Australia and filming on home soil?
It was so great. It was amazing. I didn't think I'd be able to come back in. So it was amazing that I was given this opportunity, and I could go and see my parents who, if it wasn't for this, I probably wouldn't have seen them for 2 years. People, and being in because at the time COVID was really bad everywhere else, but in Byron it was kind of non-existent, which was really strange and surreal, but fantastic for us.
Yeah.
We to hang out and sort of have a bit of a normalcy in our lives again, at least for me. So that was amazing. And we were filmed in a literal retreat. So when we were at work, we were in this like wellness retreat, and then when we weren't working, it was summer in Byron. So it was just so much fun. Didn't really feel like work that much.
Samara, what was it like working with Australian acting royalty with Nicole Kidman and Asha Ketty?
It was really weird at first because you grow up just seeing their faces all the time. You never really think, oh, I'm going to work with them, or at least I didn't. So it was kind of surreal at first. And Nicole, when I met her, and most of us met her, it was in the scene. So they kind of kept her hidden until our characters finally were introduced to her. So I met her when like Jess met her. And I didn't really have to act because my jaw hit the ground and she like floated in. It was really amazing. It was so good for the director to do that. It was smart. We did some really intense scenes, Nicole and I, like pretty early on. Crying in front of Nicole Kidman, like you can't, okay, well, now you're friends. It was so much fun. It was very surreal. I have no words. It was just nuts. I had to pinch myself every day.
Now, let's go back to Jessica. She's has like, a lot of anxiety, and that's also something that you have, opened up about before. How do you deal with that?
Depends on the day. Like right now, I'm quite anxious.
Are you? Don't be.
Oh, I'm terrified of interviews. I don't know why. I have a therapist, and I get a lot of tools from her, like breathing exercises. I've actually been learning how to sing recently. And
oh my God, amazing.
I don't know if it's amazing, we'll see, but the breathing exercises that we do before I start singing have been so helpful for my anxiety, just slowing the limbic system down. Sometimes I take a beta blocker, which is like a non-addictive, I think it was for like high blood pressure originally, and then they realized that, it slows heart rates down and helps with anxiety. So, but I talked to a doctor first and made sure that was all fine. But yeah, it's just a day-to-day. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I've named it. I call him Jerry. I'm like, oh, Jerry's.
But I think it is, especially with half of Australia right now in lockdown, anxiety and, so many other sort of mental health problems are really coming forward. And I think the biggest thing is people talking about it and sort of normalizing it, and, that it is okay. We all deal with so much, especially at the moment. It just feels like life's getting heavy.
Getting out of your head is really important, trying to be helpful to someone else, making so that it's off of me really helps. I'm like, okay, how can I help someone else? Like I'll call a friend, I'll, call mum, or let's see how they're doing and see if they need anything. That always helps too.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I want to talk about the season finale. Obviously, you can't give any spoilers, but what can we expect?
What to expect? I think you'll be satisfied with the ending, and it's crazy, so it doesn't disappoint. It's just as nuts as the other episodes. And I think you'll find out some things as well.
Okay, very cryptic.
Too cryptic? Do I reel it in?
No, I actually think it was good because you don't want to give too much away.
Not too much. Okay,
Not too much. Just enough.
A little tease.
Just a little. Well, Samara, thank you so much for chatting with us today and, for sharing about your character and your experience on the show. I've absolutely loved it. You should be so incredibly proud.
Oh, thanks for saying that. That's so kind. I hope this was somewhat useful.